Hi, hello all. Good morning to everyone.
Hi, sir. Good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Good
Hi.
morning, sir.
Welcome to Edufulness training, Azure Data Engineering. Hope everyone doing well, right?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thank you for joining today for the demo class on Azure Data Engineering. Okay. So what is actually today's plan? Let us try to understand first of all, and then let us try to deep dive step by step actually. So once again, welcome to everyone. So here, today's main agenda for this demo is let us try to understand what is actually the data engineering role actually. Okay. So what actually exactly the data engineering? So I know that there are many people from different backgrounds. Okay, even in the IT also. So it is our duty to first of all give that exactly what kind of work you are going to do in this particular role. Okay, so that we are going to understand first of all. After that, we are going to see responsibilities of a data engineer. So after understanding this immediately, the better thing to know that mainly responsibilities, how it will be for the data engineer. Okay. And very importantly, after knowing this, if you go to the implementation side, what are the technologies required actually? Okay. To do the data engineering task, especially in Azure cloud. Okay. So this is actually the curriculum of the course also, we can say in another way. So the core technologies, services required to do the data engineering tasks or role in the cloud Azure, we will try to understand as an overview. So that is what first of all the basic thing when you come to the demo actually we should get the clarity that for what particular role you are going to prepare actually. Okay, then you should get the confident on the instructor. So let us try to see some background about myself actually, and we will see the regular class information and whatever is required for you actually, and all possible things we will see. Then definitely it is very important to answer all your questions. So I will try to take up all the questions. Even you can call personally also, and then we will discuss clearly. Okay. So this is what more or less what we are going to discuss for today's demo class actually. Okay. So hope everyone is good to go ahead actually. So can you give hi or something so that we will go ahead actually. Hello, am I audible clearly?
yeah,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
Yeah, always recommended that please try to participate in the classes actively actually. That is always, it will reflect in your regular life also. Okay. Okay. So let us continue now. So it is very, very important that try to understand what is actually the data engineering task. Okay. So this picture, first of all, is more than enough to understand what is data engineering role. Okay. So leave data engineering role or whatever. Try to understand in very general manner actually. So it's not at all a subject. Think like a normal a person. Okay. Suppose if you take any organization. Okay. So any organization may have different branches, may have different departments, and different in the different locations they have their own business actually, and the different systems may be there. So ultimately, the data simply the data regularly generating actually. So from the different locations, from the different branches, from the different systems, from the different departments, data is generating regularly. Okay, so the data continuously is generating every day actually. So that may be the data sources, for example, as mentioned here, that may be a database. Okay, so if any transactions happening, any customer data, products data, whatever, simply transactions, payments actually, simply you are going to store that data in the databases. On top of that, you may have a CRM or ERP system, and you may have web events. Not only this, based on your organization type of the business, okay, you may have different other things also. So you may have IoT devices generating the devices data actually. So like this is depend actually. So we are just concentrating as a data sources. Data is continuously generating in different sources actually, simply. So as a businessman, okay, he want to improve his business. Suppose one use case if you take, ultimately for anybody doing something means to get improvement in their particular task, right? So he want to improve his business actually. So to improve his business, okay, one way is what actually, whatever right now you are try to, whatever you are already doing on that, you try to analyze it actually. By analyzing it, you can understand where you are lagging, where you are performing well, what to do. For you can take the very good decisions for your business improvement actually. So that is every organization definitely will go for the reportings. Okay, so that is what actually, for example, if you take one of the most frequently happening use case, okay, so you need to analyze the data, you want to analyze the data. So this is the front face for the client. So by seeing the different types of reports on his own business, he can take better decisions. Always he can try for improvement actually. So this is what. Now the thing is, you have to feed the data to these systems actually. So where data is coming, data is exist in different sources or maybe in sometimes one source also. But that data you have to take it. That data may be in different forms also, maybe in structured, unstructured, semi-structured. So different ways data will be there actually. So since data is existed in different systems, that data, whatever is required, you need to bring into one central location. So that is what actually you need to bring that data into one central location. Here we are calling as a staging area. So you can say as written here, you can say it is a raw data that may be in different forms, maybe not structured also. Even if it is structured, you need to clean it actually. Whatever, simply you brought the data from multiple systems to one place in the staging area, you can say. Now this data, as we discussed that, it is in different forms. So that data you need to clean it. That data you have to bring in a structured form if possible, or you have to analyze it, you have to clean, transform. Then the main thing is you have to go for the transformation actually. So that transformed data you are trying to load into a data warehouse. So data warehouse is always you can say simple definition, it is prepared data, well structured data or ready-made data to use actually. So this is well structured or ready-made data you have. It is already cleaned, already some shape it is taken. Easily you can consume it for your own purpose actually. So it is, you can say, ready-made data. Okay. This is calling as a data warehouse. What is in general warehouse actually? Even in general life also you used to heard this name, right? So the warehouse meaning is what actually? You are going to have different goods. All these goods in a well structured manner stored in that particular godown. That means what? If you need any specific item or object, okay, easily you can recognize in the entire godown actually. So you might see in Amazon warehouses or Flipkart warehouses, different e-commerce related warehouses. So lakhs of products will be there. All of them they are going to stored in a one godown warehouse. So but all of them stored in a one structured manner so that you can easily identify them whenever required. So same thing even here also. So the data what you brought from different places may not be in good shape actually. So you are transformed actually. That's why it became ready-made data actually. That's what well prepared data. that you are loading into data warehouse, then that you are trying to feed to analytics part. Okay. Not only this data may be using by data science people, may be using by machine learning people, or different things. So suppose if same client have different types of projects and they need this data, so they will connect from here also, because it is already there actually. Okay, and already transformed. Instead of again they are also going to do the same process, let all of them try to connect from here actually. So in this whole process, if you observe that, where is actually data engineer is there? Okay, that is what from here to here, especially data engineer main task. You may be using any technology, but he is doing ultimately this part. So data may be from different databases, different APIs, different data stores in different clouds, wherever, but simply it is a source for us. Bring that data into staging area. If required to do the cleaning, transformations, then load into another location. So that we are calling as a data warehouse. That data warehouse again may be a database, data store, API, wherever actually. That depends basing on the project. This is high level definition or meaning that you are extracting the data from multiple sources or single source. That extracted data, try to transform basing on your requirement, then transformed data you are loading into a data warehouse. So this is in general calling as ETL concept, right? So that's all only. So that is what nowadays we are calling as a data engineer. So data engineer is migrating the data from multiple locations to one location, then transform it and load it into a data warehouse. So broadly, a data engineer, what actually going to do? This is what overall. So that's all actually. You may be working in a different clouds. As a data engineer, you may work anywhere actually, but the concept is same. Okay, only technologies, clouds, services may be different actually. Okay, so this is what first of all data engineer one. Now basing on this, let us try to move further. What actually a data engineer responsibilities? You can say this is actually whenever you sit with any client. Okay, what are the minimum things you have to keep in your mind? And basing on the previous slide discussion also, you can easily understand what we are going to discuss here. See that the very first thing is what? If you want to extract the data, you want to migrate the data means, actually data is exist where? You have to know the source. Basing on that only, you will design the further things. Architecture, you will design accordingly, right? So data maybe exist in database or in data stores, okay, maybe in different APIs. So many sources are there. So you have to understand data actually exists in which particular source. So that is what the very basic question you should ask. What are the sources of your data? So mostly maybe it is in on-premise. Even in the on-premise also, database wise, if you see maybe SQL Server, maybe MySQL, maybe Oracle database, that depends actually. Maybe sometimes data maybe exist in a disk form, or maybe in a different cloud data stores like Amazon S3 or Data Lake, Blob Storage, or maybe in the different APIs. So that depends actually. But you should get the clarity that what are the sources. So physical location wise, technology wise, you should understand the source actually. Then immediate thing is what? Basing on the data store also, further things, further question should be what actually. So what is the format of your data? This is also a very important thing. So format is nothing but what? Just now I mentioned. So structured data is one thing. So structured is always, of course, good for us actually, because that means structured meaning is what rows and columns form, so that it is ready-made data, you can easily extract required things actually. So structured forms are, for example, CSV, or tables, database tables, sometimes Excels. So all these things actually. And other formats are what? Semi-structured. Okay. So are you able to tell what are the semi-structured formats? Hello? What are the semi-structured formats?
JSON and
JSON,
uh,
CSV,
Yes, Jason, please mute. Please mute. Yeah.
JSON and CSV.
JSON CSV is actually structured. Okay. JSON and you can say you can take as XML like this actually. All these are semi-structured. Okay, you cannot extract directly, but somehow you can extract. Okay, so that's what actually some structure you can identify inside, but may not be fully structured. Okay, and unstructured another thing. So any data if you take that will definitely come under any of these three actually. So when you take unstructured, that may be text data, that may be images, that may be video. So many forms are there. So that is what binary data, all these things are unstructured. So basing on this also your design development will be there. So that's why we should understand the formats of the data. So different formats also possible actually. Some data may be in a database, some data may be in a CSV form, sometimes it may come in another Parquet form or Excel form, so JSON form sometimes. So you cannot tell actually. So that's why you should understand formats, and accordingly you will develop the things actually basing on the requirement. Now the next thing is how would I transform this data actually. So these transformations you can do in different ways, and this is also basing on the budget actually. So this part we will see, we will understand more. This is the main thing for any data engineer actually. Ultimately, after getting the data, transformations is one of the basic things. Okay, so cleaning all these things coming under transformations, aggregations. So let us try to understand more on this part. Okay. Then very important thing is what actually is you are doing this whole project for what purpose? Reporting. So in the reporting, what you want to show actually, you want to show monthly sales, you want to show the products which are performing very high. Okay, and you want to show like that. These are all the different things he is expecting, client is expecting. So that's what accordingly, what are the required tables from the source side, you will analyze it. So that's why ultimately for what purpose you are doing this project, what questions it should answer, accordingly your starting point onwards your work will start. So that's why what you want to answer finally, accordingly the data you will identify. So in the source database maybe hundreds of tables will be there, but to answer suppose monthly sales you want to identify. So what are the corresponding tables in the actual source in the on-premise for example. So you need to identify, right? So the whole process basing on this one. So this is of course maybe the very first question also. Well, it's not a ordered, but simply this is the basic important questions you have to keep in mind. So ultimately what you are answering to the client, that means front face. Then very important, after all your data extracted, transformated, where you want to load that data, final destination is what. So of course, along with this, many things we will rise. But if you understand this entire flow, automatically questions will come. You will ask them. That is what overall your responsibility is to do actually. Okay. So that is what data engineer is responsible for, making sure that data flows smoothly, regularly. Every day you are extracting the data from multiple sources. That should go smoothly from source to destination, and further you are using it for final purpose. That is what evaluation. Okay, so that means you are cleaning it in the first step, and then you are identifying the unnecessary records, unnecessary columns, and then you are trying to splitting the data or combining the data based on your requirement. Then finally if required you are going for the aggregations. That is what gold layer data final evaluation. So data going in a one way, a very nice data you are bringing finally. So from that only you are able to take the decisions, right? That is what evaluation. So that might be using by business intelligence team, maybe machine learning people, data science, that whoever using it, our duty is to bring the well structured data, well prepared data, simply you can say, to the data warehouse. So this is what actually a data engineer has to keep in mind broadly. First of all, when you deep dive task wise, you have to understand. Okay, so this is what more or less you can say responsibilities of a data engineer. Okay, now very important, basing on the last two slides, very easy to understand. The very first question is, what are the technologies we should learn to do about tasks, basing on the last two slides. So it is very simple. That's what the syllabus of the our course, or broadly you also should have a idea actually. So that is what the curriculum. So you can see, you are ultimately you are going to do in the data domain. So data engineer, database developer, data science, okay, whoever actually, data analyst. So like that, many things are there. So you may be in any domain, but the basic core technology we should understand is SQL actually. This is always evergreen, keep in mind. Okay, evergreen technology is SQL. Even after 20 years, also SQL will remain same. So keep this in mind. 20 years back, what SQL, what structure, what concepts you have, even today also training actually. Though advanced technologies will come, like nowadays it may be Databricks, Fabric, Data Factory, all these things are trending from last few years. But SQL is part of all these things. Okay, or SQL concepts they converted in another way. So that is why this is the very heart of the any data domain people actually. And of course, we are learning it. See, Azure SQL Server actually. Of course, we should know one of the technology, right? Maybe SQL Server, MySQL, like that. Many things are there. But the good thing is, if you know SQL in one technology, almost structured wise, concepts wise, it is same in every other technology. Like if you know SQL Server, MySQL almost 99% you will understand. You are able to do it actually. Maybe syntactically little differences are there. On concepts, all are 100% same. So that is why you should give the high priority. Whether you know it or not, we are not going to have any prerequisite. We are not going to put knowledge wise any prerequisite. So day one onwards, we are going to discuss this from the scratch. Okay. So it is like almost like it teaching you ABCDs in SQL, and then you are taking into like a pro in the speaking in English language, like that. Okay. So we are starting from the scratch. Not only this, any technology. That's what I told you, that we are not putting any prerequisite knowledge wise. Okay. Then after this, very importantly, after understanding this, we should know the data factory. So data factory is such a very important thing. And nowadays, this is part. Now data factory came 5-6 years back. And now whatever from the Azure cloud, whatever new technologies are coming, like earlier Synapse, now it may be Fabric, but data factory is part of them actually. So by learning data factory, other trending or recent technologies, whatever is came from the Azure, which became very famous, it is not big deal to understand there also, because direct environment you will see what you are seeing here. And especially this is people will use for data migration from source to destination. So this is mainly for data migration purpose. It have very ready-made solutions and very flexible concepts or tasks are there. Easily you can do these things actually. So that is what we are going to understand it from very scratch, and very important also. Then this is the game changer in your life if you learn it properly. Okay. So here data migration you are doing. You can see, as we discussed in the previous slides also, you have to extract the data, the very important thing. then you need to transform it. Okay. Now, if you come to this extraction, that's what you are doing with a data factory and migrating. But a transformation, you can see that you can do with the SQL Server also transformation. So you have 10 columns in a table. If you skip one column, 9 columns right now you have, even that is also transformation. So you can do transformation in SQL Server and also in the data factory and also in the Databricks. Now, when multiple people doing the same task means, obvious question is what, who can do better and who is costly. So this is costly. Okay. But it is mainly Databricks. You are going Databricks is nothing but internally we are using PySpark that we are learning, of course. Okay, PySpark, PySQL, these things we are going to learn. So Databricks is especially okay for processing huge amount of data. Okay, whenever you have huge amount of data, better to take the Databricks for transformation purpose. Okay, so because of its parallelism internally and in-memory computation, Databricks PySpark is able to complete the tasks for processing the data very quickly. So that is what Databricks you should understand. How much you will learn, how much depth you will understand, that much growth will be there in your career. So you can Google it actually, or you can see the things in the online what is happening. So this is such a very important technology. We are learning it from the very scratch, and we will see how much is required for a data engineer. So to be frank, I am telling that whatever is required for a data engineer, what are all data engineer is going to do with the data breaks on PySpark, that we will definitely see. So for any data engineer who is performing that in the Azure cloud, these are the core technologies actually you can say. And the bonus for us is for anybody who knows all these three, they can tell confidently that you know already Fabric. That is damn sure. Just spending 1 or 2 days, you can say that by after knowing all these three, anybody can tell that you know already Fabric. Just go through the environment, do one or two tasks in the Fabric, then you will get familiar with the environment of the Fabric, so that all three, since if you know all these three. So that is what, these are all part of the Fabric actually, all together coming in the Microsoft Fabric. And not only this, Synapse Analytics also. So that is what another added advantage, Synapse Analytics if you take, okay. What you can do is in your resumes also, whatever you are doing here, do the same thing even here also. You have a free trials, all those things we will guide you actually. By just doing that, you can add Microsoft Fabric or Synapse Analytics in your resume. So that definitely you have a more weightage, because these are the trending technologies, recent trending technologies, which became super success. Okay. So that is what the core of the data engineering in the cloud Azure we should understand actually. So along with this, supporting technologies are there, some of them. Let us try to understand them. So one is Azure Data Lake. You might have whoever already exposed to this Azure terminology. So and another one is Blob Storage. These are the data stores, and we no need to put any effort to understand these concepts. So day one onwards, automatically we will see. And as a layman, if you try to discuss these two, these are simply like your hard disk. You are creating folders, you are loading the files. That's all. So any data, if you want to store, that may be in file form, images, or text form, whatever, that you can keep here actually, basing on your requirement. So that's what you don't need to spend much time to understand. The process automatically after 1 week, you will definitely good with these technologies. Okay, these are simply like a hard disk, you can say. Of course, this is part of the Azure Databricks or simply a Databricks concept. Okay. Hello, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a power problem now. No problem. Let us continue. Hope I am clearly audible to everyone. Can you please give confirmation?
Yep.
Okay, thank you all. So let us continue. So we are at the Delta Lake actually. Delta Lake is one of the a trending one actually in the Databricks. By default nowadays, whoever working with Databricks, Delta Lake is part. What is this? Simply, it is like a data warehouse, you can say. Okay, but this is it have very good features than database or data store. So in the database, you can have tables, and in the data stores, you can have files by default. Okay, whatever these two have their own advantages and their own disadvantages. Skip the disadvantages of both, but whatever they have their own advantages together is actually the Delta Lake. So that we are going to understand like anything from the scratch, and we will master this part actually. Okay, so which is very important one. Okay, so that is what Delta Lake, which we are going to see clearly from the scratch. Now the next one is real-time scenarios. So understanding all these concepts, just understanding concepts is not definitely enough thing. Okay, so understanding the real-time scenarios is actual thing. So we are going to see 30 plus real-time scenarios. Okay, these things are more than enough. These are very frequently happening scenarios which we did actually in our real time. So these are not adapted from anywhere. Of course, whatever we are discussing, those are of course which are happening in any other projects also. If you followed, if you do on your own hands-on part, definitely your knowledge is equal to 3 plus years. That is what guaranteely, provided you should do hands-on. That is very important. Okay. So after every class, we will see. After every class, we will give the homework. Try to complete that and to do your hands-on part, whatever we did in the class. So definitely your knowledge is equal to at least 3 years. That is very important. Okay. So such a way real-time scenarios are there. We will discuss from the scratch. We will try to give the overview first of all theory. That is more time we will spend actually, since by that time concepts wise we will complete. And of course, real-time scenarios and concepts of these technologies will go hand in hand. Suppose in 2 days, if we discuss some concepts, so basing on those two concepts, if any scenario is there in that technology, we will complete that. So that all of them will go hand in hand. The only thing is we will see at the end is the project. So the coming to the project part, you are going to have overall 3 projects benefit actually. Out of that, one is live project. Okay, so this live project, we will see not just the development. What will really will happen in the real time when the project started from the scratch. That means the moment you sit with the client, how the requirement gathering will happen, how the estimations will happen, how the dashboards you will start creating in the DevOps. So all those phases we will try to discuss one by one, and then you will go to the development phase. Then after development, how the CI/CD is going to help you, and then how the production deployment, then post production. All those phases we are going to discuss at least theoretically. We may not development part we will show you, development part we will show you practically, but remaining all we will discuss what is happening actually, what we did in general. Okay, so that it is just project is not, people will think that just developing a project basing on requirement is the project. No, actually not just the development. Hope you already, whoever is working, many phases will be there actually. We will try to discuss in and around things of the project. So this is one live project we are going to see practically, and 2 pre-recorded. Okay, all 3 projects you can keep in your resume after understanding them. And on these 2, one project is actually ours, 1.5 year project, what we did in our real time. And this is around 11 plus hours is there in the recording sessions. Okay, this is most complex, logical, interesting project we can say actually. Okay, so whatever this one live project and other project what you have, these two are regularly happening out of 100, maybe 80-85% of the projects like this one. So regularly happening ones, and this very rare, we luckily got the chance to do very complex projects, and many algorithms we developed on our own also. And we published one, not a paper level but something we published. So data migration is not from the on-premise to cloud, it is data migration is from cloud to API environment, where the data should send actually in a manner. So by using Data Factory, how we handled, and different algorithms we designed, that algorithms are matter actually. Each and everything we discussed in this 11 plus hours. Okay, so these are the projects wise, these three which you are going to get benefits. So overall curriculum wise, if you see, this is what we are going to see. And knowledge wise, as I am keep on telling, there is no prerequisites. Okay, so you should be committed to learn. Okay, so the main thing is here, attending the regular classes. Okay, so attend the regular classes is very important, so that you will not distract actually. In one go, what is planned that day, you will learn it, you will listen it at least. And if you have any doubts, there itself you can complete. Until your doubts not clarified, we will not leave the class. Okay, so regular classes attending is really very important. Okay, and okay, and after regular class, doing hands-on at your side is really matter, because real depth you will understand. So in the regular class, I am doing the practice, I am doing hands-on, and while doing hands-on, I am explaining how it will be this and that. Then when you are doing, you will feel that actually you will see real depth, and what you learn here, that will become connected, well connected, that will become permanent. So the real depth you will understand after every class. In the same day, try to complete the hands-on part ever at your side. Then very importantly, whether it is small or big, we will try to give the homework every day almost. This is for your self-confidence. So this is very important actually. Are you able to do the tasks in this domain or not? Very important, right? So these three are really matter. Definitely, if you follow these three, just attending the classes will not do any magic. To be frank, I am telling. You have to do your hands-on part and the homework. Then you are exactly equal to minimum 3 years of real-time person. And in between the classes, we will try to discuss not just the regular class related things, other stuff also, like in projects, what will happen, like that. The general chit chat. Okay. So that is why all together you are going to have a 3 years of real time knowledge, at least you can say. Okay. So it is up to you how much you will commit. There is no false promises. Whatever I am telling, that we will teach our side, and you also has to work. That is what simply summary. Okay. Now, if you come to the instructor, you might know already that my name is Atchyut Kumar, and my graduation is MTech from NIT Calicut actually, which is there in Kerala. And my achievements, hope everyone knows that this exam, GATE exam, and this is in top 5, one of the toughest exam actually in India. So in that, my ranks in different years, these are the best ranks, and I written, of course, almost many years. Every time I used to get less than 1,000. So best rank is 400. With that rank, I did my MTech in NIT Calicut. Okay. My current role is actually data lead. Okay. and whatever we did, same thing we are discussing. And I have total 14 plus years of experience actually, and DP203 certified. Other small things are there, but this is relevant to our role actually. I performed different trainings, placement trainings, or gate trainings, and different technology trainings in different universities actually, colleges. These are all some of the colleges actually. And in the Udemy, even this is not updated, we have 30 plus courses in the Udemy. If you search with Atchyut in the Udemy search, or with the Edufulness name, you can find my courses. Those are around 30 plus courses, and you can see there are some bestseller and top rated. So these are the tags given by the Udemy actually. Um, very best platform to learn any concept actually. Okay, so bestseller tags you can identify, top rated tags you can identify, which they will give. So in the same domain, many people, many competitors will be there, right? For example, if you take SQL, hundreds of people might already kept the course in the Udemy. Out of all, who is having a many sales, many students taken the same course actually. And ratings wise, out of 5, whoever have best rating, these tags they will provide, and many of them are the premium courses. Okay, many of them selected as premium courses actually. Premium means whoever already working in companies, for them Udemy is providing a the well performing courses actually, they will provide to company people, okay, organizations. So around 6 plus courses selected as premium, and some of them bestseller, top rated. You can go to Udemy and you can find the courses. You can see internationally how many students are there, how the feedbacks are there. You can see the sample videos also. And you have a YouTube channel. Okay, so try to identify with the name Edufulness. Okay, and already 150 plus videos are there related to data engineering, most of them, and SQL related, Databricks related, Data Factory related, and real-time scenarios, and much stuff is there actually. So you see how qualitatively we are discussing there. So try to go through the YouTube channel, try to go through the Udemy, and try to attend the live classes. Okay, then you can take the decision for enrolling the course or not. Okay, so coming to the course details, which is very well relevant to you, of course, all of them. The very important thing is prerequisites wise, you don't have really any prerequisites, knowledge wise especially. So few people may ask that I may need to know data structure or SQL or something. So whatever is required, we are teaching everything and from the scratch. So no need to bother. Only you should be willing to learn. That's all. Prerequisite wise, only your preparation side, you need a Azure account. That's all. You need Azure account. That's all. Other than that, you don't need anything. So that part we will discuss in the regular class. Okay. Now the regular classes, from when it is starting. So from tomorrow onwards only, regular classes are going to start. And classes are from class timing is morning 6:30 to 7:30 IST. Whoever is from other countries, you can see this timing is IST. We didn't mention that. Yeah, you can see that. Check your time. Okay, and approximately it is 1 hour. So 1 hour 10 minutes like that. Very rarely you can max. Very rarely 1:30. That depends actually. And classes from Monday to Friday. Weekend for you for your practice actually. Okay, so daily 1 hour will be there Monday to Friday, and from tomorrow onwards we have a regular class. So tomorrow onwards only we will discuss whatever is required. Okay, and the duration is 2.5 months. Okay, duration is 2.5 months. Approximately it will take maximum this much. Okay, and very next important thing is fees is 15,000 rupees actually. Okay, so you can check anywhere. This is first of all lowest fees, and you can check the quality wise also. Okay, then only you can take the decision. Okay, and after every class, this is very important because say basing on the previous batch, many students experience from last 2 years we are providing this. After every class, we will provide the same class recording. Okay, so that recording, if I try to show you the previous batch one, it will be like this. Let me share other screen. So here, if you see, this is the current previous batch students recordings actually. Have a look every day on what day class happened and what are the concepts we discussed, and its recording link we will provide. So this way every day you are going to get the recordings actually. Okay, so that if you miss the class, okay, or if you want to recap it, you have a backup always in the form of recordings. And what we discussed for you only, same recording will be available. It is not other batches actually. Okay, so this is one of the feature you are going to have. And though I mentioned it is 2 years, as many days you want, we will provide actually once you enroll to the course. And very important thing is, since we have in other domain we already exposed, and there we already around 60K plus students already enrolled internationally. So around 160 plus from the around 160 plus country, we have a students actually in the Udemy. Okay, and I will discuss about this Udemy platform also in future. You also can utilize, you also get benefit financially. Okay, but anyhow, we used to provide the courses, we will provide the free coupons from the courses which I have in the Udemy. So you can go to Udemy platform, udemy.com, and you can search here with name Edufulness or my name. It is okay. So you can see, as I mentioned, premium courses and bestseller courses. So you can see all these things. These are all my courses. Okay. Any course, any number of courses, not just one or two. So whatever courses you want, we will provide the free coupons. That is to encourage you to learn more actually, since we have already. Okay. So that is what actually course information, regular class information. Okay. As I mentioned here, very important thing is, before going to answer your questions, this is really matter. Nothing will happen if you just attend the classes. Yeah, your side you should do the practice. Genuinely, honestly, I'm telling. Okay, hands on your side, do homework you do. Definitely, this role you will enjoy, of course, in the real time. This is the best role easily you can handle actually, if you have a knowledge, sufficient knowledge. So that's all from my end. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask. Definitely, I will try to answer all the questions. Okay. So hope first of all you like the demo, and hope I conveyed whatever we are going to discuss. Okay. And once again, I'm telling that tomorrow onwards, we have a regular class. That's what here the information. Okay. And Monday to Friday we have a classes. It's a morning batch. See, placement wise, what way we will help you is, we will try to we will give you question and answers. Okay, for the interview, and we will help you to prepare the resume basing on your profile. So you might already working, and not only that, we will take the mock interview. That is going to give you confidence like anything, so that we can help you where you are lagging, and then further we can continuously we can monitor and upskill actually. Okay, these are the main three things we will provide placement wise promisingly. But whenever in our circle, if any requirement is there, if any openings are there, we used to share in the group actually. That means whoever is enrolled, for them we will give first priority, we will pass the information. Okay, yeah. So synopsis actually, I will show you in 1 or 2 classes after understanding SQL, Data Factory, Databricks. Because Synapse, you don't need to spend much time after knowing all these three. Because same environment you are going to see in the Synapse. Suppose Data Factory, you are well familiar. Just by creating Synapse service and if you log in, if you go to that workspace, Synapse workspace, you will find same ADF environments and you will find same SQL environments by going to corresponding places. Okay, so that's why you don't need to spend much time. That is the bonus Synapse or Fabric. Okay, structure wise, this workspaces wise, if you spend 1 or 2 days, that will be leading. That is, you can add in your resume. Okay, so that's what actually even Fabric also same thing. Yeah, data factory scheduling or pipelines is the main thing actually. That is what different scenarios and regularly happening scenarios we are going to see. Yes, advanced SQL like from joins and group by, and we are going to see window functions, and we are going to see store procedures in different ways which we are using in real time in SQL advanced wise. Right now we have a morning batch, Hemant, because we are starting this only now. See, Python we are providing in Udemy actually. So Python teaching, PySpark you will understand directly. Okay, you don't need to worry about PySpark will you understand or not without knowing Python. But if you know Python, that is definitely added advantage. That's why we are encouraging you to learn in the Udemy platform. I will provide the free coupon. So weekend classes not yet started. Let you know once it is started. Okay. Azure DevOps is also not included. Okay, but we will discuss the CI/CD pipeline theoretically because it's not a DevOps training. It's a data engineering training. But as I told you that in the project, in and around things in that part, DevOps related CI/CD things, Dev, UAT, and prod, how these environments, how the development, code migration will happen. That part we will discuss. No, actually, Unity Catalog data governance not covering. Mainly real-time targeted, frequently happening part we are seeing. But it may discuss those two, but that's why not guarantee, but we may discuss based on the time given actually. Yeah, any other doubts? Yeah, Azure free account, of course, 30 days. This is the regular happening question. Very good question. In fact, I forgot to mention that. See, the Azure free account you have to get. If you have a credit card, first of all, you will get a free account actually. 30 days you can use it actually. And you no need to bother about the account actually. The good thing is, within, even if you go for the paid subscription, we will teach you from the day one onwards. The moment we start discussing Azure related concepts, uh, day one onwards, day one onwards in the training, we will tell you that how to manage the billing actually in the Azure. So whether you believe it or not, all our previous batch students, less than 50 to 100 rupees, only their monthly bill. So you no need to worry. Once you get the free account, use that free account for 30 days. After that, if you have another credit card, you try to create it, or you can use the same account by upgrading to pay as you go option. How much you use, that much only they will charge, very first thing. And in that also, we will tell you, we will guide you how to manage your billing less than 50 to 100 rupees. So you no need to worry about the account. You have to worry only how to get the account. If you have a credit card, it's a matter of 5 minutes to get the account. No worries. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, hi sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, Abhishek. Yes.
Yeah, actually, we'll be covering 1 hour per day for the class, right?
Yeah.
So, do you have any doubt clearing sessions apart from this 1 hour in the entire day?
See, after every class, 1 hour strictly minimum 1 hour is the actual class. After that, at the end of the class or in middle of the every some concept if completed, I used to take the doubts actually. Okay, so or people can call directly. So I'm there directly available with my personal number. Okay, and in the groups also, WhatsApp group I will create actually. So in the WhatsApp group, it's not a like hiding other batchmates. It is a general WhatsApp group, so that you can see all your batchmates phone numbers, and you can use as a community or as a doubts clarification in the group also. So you can call me or you can ping me in WhatsApp, or you can ask the doubts in the same class, and you can discuss in the group also. Okay.
Sir, after completing this course,
Yeah.
um, will you provide the same doubt clarification sessions for us or else in the WhatsApp community after this course also? Like if you
Yes,
are
yes,
still going with
yes.
the
You
class.
see, even 1 year back, whoever joined, 2 years back, whoever did, those groups still maintaining. They are still posting the questions, and either me or in the group, whoever your batchmates or definitely someone, and nobody definitely I am going to respond. So doubts, see, people by watching the videos in the YouTube, people are calling and asking the doubts. For them itself, we are responding and spending some time if required. So students always high priority.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi, sir. Is my
Yeah,
voice
hi
audible?
Suresh.
Sir, you have covered the things in the course content, no, sir. Is that helpful for the experienced people? If you want to join in an organization to put an experience about 3 years without having any knowledge on it, by after purchasing the.
You mean that after pursuing this course, you can show your knowledge as 3 years, is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's what actually. See, if I'm just discussing the concepts, that may not help you. You still you know the knowledge, you have the knowledge, but you don't know real time. That's what actually our real time scenarios or projects are in between discussing what is happening in real time. That knowledge is definitely you are in a position to manage uh, for 3 years person what kind of tasks people will allocate. You are also definitely in a position to do. There is no doubt. So exactly every day what we are discussing, what is happening in our real time, same thing we will talk. It is not just like taking one concept, discussing only that and leaving. It's not going to help actually. Every concept in real time, what way you will use, including naming convention onwards, everything we will discuss actually.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. See, and one more thing, you have first 3 classes completely free. Okay, so try to attend tomorrow, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So all 3 classes, of course, these are regular classes only, not just for this demo purpose. Tomorrow onwards, we will start discussing the regular classes only. So 2021 this week. Okay. So try to attend all first 3 classes, which are free actually. And of course, these are regular classes only. Okay. We didn't design something for free demos. And you try to see the YouTube channel. Lot of content already there, which is Edufulness. This one. Okay. And you go through the Udemy with the same name or my name. You will find both. Okay. After seeing here, after doing some assessment here, spending some time, and after listening first 3 classes, then only on next Wednesday you try to take the decision whether to enroll or not. And meanwhile, you can ask any doubts. You can call me personally. This is what my number. Okay, you can ping me in WhatsApp. Okay, or in the classes also you can ask whatever. So try to get all your doubts clarified, and if you are confident by spending this much this many ways, then only let us go for the admission. Okay.
Yeah, right.
And always at any point feel free to ask any doubts. Yeah, continue, Rama.
Yeah, hi. My name is Ramaswarup, and I have a
Yeah.
quick question here. So,
Yeah.
how will data
How?
Yes. Will it be just like in many YouTube channels I've seen while copying data from blob to blob or while doing the incremental loading, what people do is like they just put 3 rows and 3 columns and then just say this will be kind of your data. And I tried to do it that way with big data sets, but I couldn't do it myself, which was not at all helpful in many YouTube channels when I tried to learn on my own. So will we be using big data like the small
See, always, yeah. So yeah, good question. You see, the simple thing is, the same thing are in the out of real time scenarios. What we are going to discuss, more than half of them, we will start with a simple basic one. Okay, as a layman discussion. That means it will make you to understand the concept. So whatever concept you ask incremental load, which is happening very frequently, so that we will start with a basic solution. What to do, how to do, that theory we will discuss with animated slides, so that you have first of all picture in your mind what to do. Then technology wise, how to do, logically how to implement. That's what we will discuss in the further slides. Then in the implementation also, we will start with one solution. Then in that solution, what are the drawbacks we will try to extract in the class. Then those solutions overcoming the second solution, third solution. So like that, at least first of all, we will give the solution. Then we will try to find out a better solution than previously discussed. Like that, at least two solutions or three solutions, most of the scenarios we have actually. And suppose incremental load itself, if you take incremental load itself, if you take, you might find in the YouTube, or of course, many people really teaching very well, doing very well to make understand people. In our case, we are discussing incremental load, full load, this main task at least 3 hours in different solutions, theoretically like that. So definitely there is no chance to miss anything. If you miss also, that means if you don't understand also, you are very free to ask doubts, or we will engage personally also if anybody is such a extent they want to use.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I tried to do that with small data sets. It happened, but when I used big data sets, I couldn't do it on my own. So that's what
Yeah, that's what
will
the
you be
thing
showing
is,
with big
on what way you are doing matter. So what columns you are using for identifying incremental records,
Mhm.
and many factors are involved, right? So that's what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
by doing in different solutions, you will understand pros and cons on what you are doing, what way you are doing. Okay.
Yeah, cool. That answers my question. Thank you.
Yes, yes. That's what actually getting the confidence on the instructor is very important, because he's driving the whole thing. So that's why myself I'm telling that. So we already well established 150 plus videos means it's more than enough to assess. Okay, maybe good or bad, whatever. I'm telling that go through it. Udemy also 30 plus courses. It's not just one course. So you can see how the feedbacks, especially you cannot manage Udemy. Okay, so whatever courses you kept, people will see internationally. Whatever they felt, they will give. How the ratings are there out of 5, at least 4 rating we have, minimum 4. Many of them 4.5, 6, 7 also, 9 also there. So that's what. And you have live classes, and you can approach us directly if you have any doubts. Then only on Wednesday you can take the decision, and Wednesday you go for the admission if you're really interested. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, Suresh.
sir, actually, your voice was not up to the. Sir, we are not able to hear you completely. Like
Yeah,
during.
there is some noise is going on outside actually. Uh, just a minute, then I will close the. Yeah, hello. I guess still sound is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But during the classes, like
Tell me, tell me.
the classes, it will be clear, right, sir? Like yeah, just the doubt.
Sorry, can you come again?
Like when we are into the class, right, you are explaining something, then it will be won't be a problem like about your voice and if it was clear, then the topics will be understandable also.
I'm really sorry. Your question is not clear to me. Can you come again if you don't mind?
Like voice was not audible, sir. We are getting a noise
And
most
today,
of the time.
today's class?
Starting. Yes, sir. For today's class.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Actually, some program is outside happening. Okay, that noise may be coming, but otherwise there is no noise. And I changed laptop also today than regular one. Noise wise, definitely you don't have any problem. Okay.
Hello, sir. This is Kumar.
Hi, Bhupendra. Yeah.
Sir, I was just asking that in Wednesday, if we take admission, so how much we have to pay, or we have to pay the full amount? That's what.
Actually, this is one go only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Manish. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any other timing than morning?
Actually, evening batch we have, but we are not starting now. Actually, evening 8:30 to 9:30. So only morning batch right now we are starting, and we have pre-recorded also. Whoever is not possible to attend live classes, and doubts wise same. Actually, anytime you can call. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. Sir. Sir, PySpark you also will be included in the courses?
Sorry.
PySpark.
Yeah, that is the main thing. PySpark I mentioned right in the curriculum. So in the Databricks, that is by default PySpark you will learn it because that is the main thing to process the data. So we will see from the scratch.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, your evening batch will start anytime soon, or only morning batch will continue?
Right now, I don't have plan to start evening because I'm always stucking with my client calls actually. Of course, last week we completed the evening batch, but many times evening time I'm having suddenly calls. So I want to at least 3 weeks we don't have evening batch actually. If anything there, I will announce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, sir.
Yeah.
You said that we'll be doing 3 projects, right?
Yeah.
So the how like what is the domain of the project? Like it's related to banking domain, healthcare, like the data in that.
All of them are e-commerce related. Okay. Because we did all of them till now e-commerce related only. In the e-commerce, different domains. One is tools related, one is like a Flipkart one, like that.
Is it related to the web scraping data for the source?
Which one?
Web scraping data as the source.
Yeah, of course. On-premise actually the main source. So they have a regular transactions in the on-premise. Then we need to bring to the cloud, and then we have to process it and generating the reports. And two of them are the reporting project, and one is actually, as I told you, that is from cloud to API endpoint, where in the API endpoint, if you are really interested, I can just give a brief of that project, whatever I explained, highlighted. Suppose if you take a Flipkart, for example, so in the Flipkart, if you see, for them, suppose if you want to buy a mobile, so you are searching with the category mobile. So you enter this. Now some of the products it is shown here. See, the moment I entered mobile, very quickly that category related sorry, very quickly that category related products are loaded. You can see that very quickly. It's not even in milliseconds it is loaded. But how that much quickly these are came? That is the question, right? How this came that much quickly, along with some details. Not only that, I am going to click randomly any of the link here. See here, I'm just going to click on this. How quickly this is going to load? Observe in that way, not as a customer of the Flipkart, as a technical person. How quickly this is loading? Observe that. Even it is also in milliseconds it is loaded. It's not even 1 second. That is matter for the e-commerce business. And if you go down, slowly loading the remaining things. But basic details, it came very quickly in this page. So as a data engineer, in the backend, from the cloud environment to API endpoint, these details you are sending. And these details you are sending so that all these details are getting indexed in the API endpoint. So its name is, whoever interested, you can explore Coveo. See the name, Coveo, Coveo. Okay, you can explore. All these products are getting indexed there. If you have an index, you can identify the product very quickly than the sequential search. That means if from the database table or from indexed or from the index. So very quickly, 100,000 times betterly you can identify the details of a so and so product. That's why you are able to see these products very quickly in the web pages, which is matter for the businesses, e-commerce business. Okay. So this background work, each part, like title is what, and what is this much, EMI price is what is the offer, original price, how much percentage, what are the different back, all these things, these images, everything, you are migrating the, you are first transforming it, converting into JSON, then that data you are moving to API endpoint. This is what actually project which we did, almost 10 lakh products that business have. So that's what regularly you need to migrate. So very interesting one. Exactly same thing in that project you will identify. Okay. Okay.
Sir, during the course, will you provide us the interview preparation questions
Yeah,
for
see,
going through topic?
in the class itself, I used to mention that this is interrelated most important concept or real-time related most important thing. And at the end also, we will provide the interview questions actually for our preparation. That's what I mentioned also. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And sir, I have one question.
Yeah, Nilesh.
English here. So, do we need to have any special configuration laptop in order to?
No, man, it is completely cloud. No need to bother. See here. This is the portal, Azure portal. So everything you are doing in the cloud. So just need browser actually. That's all.
Okay.
So configuration wise, no, don't have any mandatory things. Okay.
Again, I do have my organization's access.
That's great thing. You can practice there. Most of
Okay.
the who are working, they will do there only.
Okay.
That's the best choice. But careful about the billing part. I will tell you in the classes that.
Okay. Fine.
Hi, Achyut. Currently, I'm working as SQL DBA.
Yeah.
Is it will be helpful for my career? Like it is a like add-on.
Yeah, man, you will very quickly understand because you are already there in the data domain.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So whoever is there in the data domain, you will understand very quickly. Whoever not there, no, not a problem. If you are committed, you will understand. So definitely that will help you here also, that knowledge, Hemant.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi, sir. This is Sunil.
Sunil.
Like, any certification is required if we are going as a 3 years experience?
Yeah. So this is so the bad thing or good thing. DP203 is the certification for the data engineers actually. Okay, but the thing is, this is going to expire this March. That's what I seen in the community discussion. Okay, DP203 is going to expire in the coming days because they want to promote the fabric. Okay, so if you write now, that is validity is 1 year. Okay, so we are next upcoming is DP 600 700 related to fabric actually. So that part we have to see. I recently just 1 week back I gone through that community discussion. In that they mentioned that it is going to expire this in this March, so that later you cannot write. If you write before that, that is valid for 1 year. DP 203 mainly for
So
data.
will it impact on our interview calls, like if we don't mention
Yes,
certification in our resume?
yeah, that is added. See, that's what certification is always keep you ahead in the interviews or even in your company also. So because always clients will impress with certificates, so your company people will try to do some show off with your certificates. So definitely you'll have good opportunities. If you have, that is really well and good. Our course will help you to crack at least 80% of this course, this certification. Okay.
Hi, sir. Abhishek this side.
Yeah, Abhishek.
Sir, like after completion of the Azure Data Factory topic, like will there be a projects will be doing, or like just will be going to some of the activities like hands-on, and after that we'll start learning Databricks, and at the end like we'll be comprising all of these ADF, Microsoft Fabric, and SQL Server, and we'll be doing a project, or like after learning each technology, like on top of that we'll be doing a projects.
See, the thing is, it's not just concepts learning one by one. Okay. So as I told you also in the discussion, like after discussing 2, 3 concepts, the relevant scenario we are going to discuss. So in other, say, many places you might find that scenarios calling as a projects. No, actually scenarios is actually real time in requirements. How it will be there, we taken as a scenario. So integration of all these scenarios is becoming one project, but scenarios itself people calling as a projects. So in that way, suppose when you are discussing data factory, so SQL Server will be integrated, data factory will be there, and data lake or blob storage is integrated, some other stuff like a logic app or key vault. So it is integration of many services to do for doing a one single scenario. Okay, so all of them will go hand in hand. The final major project, how you will do in real time, that kind of thing I'm taking at the end. At every phase, what you discuss it till that time, all of them are integrated discussion only. It's not individual technology. It is like discussing entire SQL, then moving to ADF, then moving to Data Factory. Not like that actually. Day one onwards, integrated discussion only will happen. Only maybe in first week SQL we will discuss separately, Azure we will discuss separately. Once you started the ADF, then all of them are integrated. Data Factory, Data Lake, for Blob, SQL Server, as we are deeping down. Okay.
Okay.
Achyut, like we have many ETL tools, right, in market, like Informatica
Yes,
and Avinash.
yes,
Like,
correct.
why we need to choose this? Like, is there any
So
much?
say the Azure became really very famous after Azure came into the market, right? And many people migrating to the cloud. So obviously, by migrating means data migration projects will be there. So definitely because of the Azure, first of all, because of the Azure flexibility, in many ways, people are adopting the Azure cloud. And because of the ready-made tool is available, that is ADF, and very easily, flexibly, you can do the tasks. So it became really very super success. Before that, Amazon AWS is actually the dominant in the market, cloud market, is it? But once the Azure came into the market within 1 year, and then next, now it is the major part of the cloud share is going to the Azure only. So obviously that will lead to the data engineering projects also. So obviously ADF is part. Okay. So because this is the cloud technology, and it is you are able to integrate with private, public, private sources also. So that's what, because of its capability, it became famous. You can connect it to you if you see, when I will show you maybe in the second week of the training, ADF, once we started discussion, it is capable to connect 150 plus connectors, means sources. What does it mean? Like SQL Server, data, MySQL, like that, Cosmos DB, like that, APIs, different types of APIs, different types of data stores. Like that, it is able to connect to 150 around sources actually. So that is obviously a good thing. And billing wise also comparatively, it is really less. Understand?
Thanks, Ajit.
Yep. Those are traditional one. It's time to upgrade. Okay. Yeah. So I'm stopping here. I'm really thankful to everyone whoever joined and participated. So if you have any doubts, feel free to call back. Okay. And as I told you that attend the next 3 classes morning 6:30 to 7:30 and use the same Zoom link what you have right now. So tomorrow onwards, try to attend the next 3 classes. Meanwhile, go through the Udemy and YouTube things. Spend some time to take the decision. Don't simply blindly. I'm not asking you to take the admission. Okay. So that's all for today. Let us meet tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Use the same Zoom link. Very, very importantly. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. All the best for your bright future.
Thank you, Ajit. Thank you for
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.